The doors close with a soft hiss, the gentle hum of machinery begins, and for many, this is just a mundane part of daily life. But for a significant number of people, that moment, the click of the lock and the slow ascent, triggers a powerful, overwhelming wave of fear. Their heart races, breathing quickens, and a sense of dread descends. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something incredibly common yet often misunderstood: anxiety attacks in elevators. It's a topic that touches many lives, not just those who experience it, but also their friends, family, and colleagues. My goal is to demystify this experience, to shed light on its roots, and most importantly, to equip you with a practical, actionable plan to navigate these challenging moments with greater confidence and calm. This isn't about magical cures, but about understanding your mind and body and taking concrete steps towards reclaiming your peace of mind. This isn't just about a fear of heights or small spaces. It's often a complex interplay of several specific phobias that can converge in the unique environment of an elevator. Think of it like different tributaries feeding into one powerful river. At its core, we often find claustrophobia, the fear of confined spaces, which affects millions globally. It's that primal feeling of being trapped, of the walls closing in. But it doesn't stop there. You might also be contending with cleithrophobia, a more specific fear of being trapped where escape is difficult. The idea of the doors not opening, of being stuck between floors, can be incredibly potent. For those in glass elevators or soaring up tall buildings, acrophobia, the fear of heights, can add another layer of apprehension. And sometimes, though less common, even basophobia, an intense fear of standing or falling, can play a role, particularly if you feel unsteady or vulnerable in a moving cab. For some, it might even blend into agoraphobia, a broader fear of situations where escape seems impossible or help unavailable. It's crucial to understand that these fears don't just appear out of nowhere. They're often rooted in very human experiences. Perhaps you had a previous negative encounter, being stuck, a sudden jolt, or even hearing a frightening story. These events can imprint a strong association in our minds. But equally powerful, and perhaps more insidious, are the misconceptions we hold about elevator safety. Let's tackle some of these head-on, because knowledge is power. Many worry about elevators running out of air. The truth? They are not airtight. They have constant ventilation. Others fear being suspended by a single rope or the possibility of freefall. This is a powerful, dramatic image, but it's simply not accurate. Modern elevators are engineered with multiple steel cables, not just one, and sophisticated safety features that include redundant braking systems designed to prevent freefalls. The industry prides itself on an exceptionally high safety record, with billions of safe passenger trips annually. Yet these ingrained, often irrational beliefs persist, fueling the fear. When your brain perceives the elevator as dangerous, even if it logically knows otherwise, it triggers a fundamental biological response, the fight or flight mechanism. This is your body's ancient alarm system, designed to protect you from immediate threats. Your heart races accelerating, pumping blood to your muscles, preparing you to run or defend yourself. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, trying to get more oxygen. You might sweat, feel shaky, or experience a sudden surge of blood pressure. In this heightened state, even minor sensations like the elevator's gentle sway can be interpreted as a sign of imminent danger, amplifying the panic.
The symptoms of an anxiety attack in an elevator can be profoundly distressing. Physically, beyond the racing heart and rapid breathing, you might feel dizzy, nauseous, or experience tingling sensations. Emotionally, the feeling of breathlessness, a fear of fainting, or an overwhelming sense of impending doom can take hold. And the natural response to this intense discomfort? Avoidance. You take the stairs, you decline invitations to meetings on higher floors, you go to great lengths to bypass elevators altogether. While avoidance offers temporary relief, it's a deceptive comfort, because each time you avoid, you unwittingly teach your brain that the elevator is dangerous, reinforcing and strengthening the very fear you wish to overcome. This is the paradoxical trap of anxiety. The duration of an elevator ride is typically very short. This presents a unique challenge for in-the-moment coping strategies, earning elevator phobia the description of a hard phobia by some experts. You don't always have ample time to naturally calm down. This isn't to discourage you, but to highlight the importance of preparation and proactive strategies, rather than solely relying on reacting in the moment. So, how do we break this cycle? How do we move from dread to a sense of control? It begins with a practical plan: broken down into manageable steps before, during, and after your elevator experience. First, let's talk about what you can do before you even approach the elevator. Challenge your thoughts. Remind yourself of the facts. Elevators are incredibly safe, equipped with multiple redundancies and constant air supply. Visualize the safety mechanisms, the many cables, the braking systems. This isn't about pretending fear doesn't exist, but about consciously feeding your rational mind with accurate information. Prepare your body. Before you even step into the lobby, take a few slow, deep breaths. Belly breathing, where your abdomen rises and falls, activates your body's relaxation response. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold for 2, exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Do this a few times. This simple act sends a powerful message to your nervous system. I am safe. Plan your distraction. Have something ready to focus on. A specific song on your playlist, a simple mental math problem, or an object in your pocket you can touch. The goal is not to suppress the anxiety, but to gently redirect your attention from internal panic to external stimuli. Now, let's consider what to do in the elevator. As you step in, continue with your slow, deep breaths. This is your anchor. Focus on the sensation of your feet on the floor, the texture of your clothes against your skin, or the sound of the hum. This is a grounding technique, bringing you back to the present moment. If you feel the panic rising, remember your pre-planned distraction. Engage with your chosen song. Count backwards from 100 by threes, or simply describe 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This 5-4-3-2-1 technique can be very effective in shifting focus away from anxious thoughts. Speak kindly to yourself. Remind yourself, this feeling will pass. I am safe. My body is reacting to a false alarm, and I can manage this. Avoid fighting the panic. Instead, acknowledge it, and gently guide your focus back to your breathing or your grounding exercise. Finally, what about after the elevator ride? Acknowledge your effort. No matter how you felt during the ride, you faced it. That is a victory. Don't judge yourself for feeling anxious. Instead, praise yourself for showing up, for trying. Reflect, don't ruminate. Think about what worked, what felt difficult. Was your breathing effective? Did your distraction help? This isn't about self-criticism, but about learning and refining your strategy for next time.
Reinforce the positive. Each time you successfully take an elevator, no matter how much anxiety you felt, you're building new neural pathways in your brain. You're teaching it that the elevator is not a threat. Over time, these experiences build resilience and reduce the intensity of your fear. For some, these self-help techniques will be enough to gradually regain control. However, if your elevator anxiety is severe, persistent, and significantly impacting your daily life, preventing you from going to work, seeing friends, or accessing necessary services, then it's time to consider professional intervention. This is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards healing. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is widely recognized as highly effective for phobias. A CBT therapist can help you identify and challenge those irrational thoughts and beliefs, gradually exposing you to the feared situation in a safe, controlled way, helping your brain to unlearn the fear response. Other specialized psychotherapies also offer powerful tools and support. Organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and centers specializing in anxiety and phobia treatment offer resources and connect you with qualified professionals. The journey to overcome elevator anxiety, or any phobia for that matter, is a personal one, but you don't have to walk it alone. Understanding its roots, recognizing the patterns of your own body and mind, and applying practical, evidence-informed strategies can make all the difference. Remember, elevators are built for safety. Your anxiety, though real, is often built on misconceptions. By actively challenging those misconceptions, practicing mindful techniques, and seeking support when needed, you can absolutely navigate these confined spaces with greater ease and confidence. You have the capacity for resilience, and with understanding and a plan, you can take back control, one ride at a time.